Hey guys, welcome to Ocean Way Audio. I'm Alan Sides, and today we're going to talk about microphone technique. My good friends from Harman have provided some very nice AKG microphones. I've been in the studio business all my life. My studios were Ocean Way Recording in Hollywood, Record One Studios in Sherman Oaks, Ocean Way Studios in Nashville, and Ocean Way St. Bart's. At the peak of our operation, we had 18 rooms, and albums recorded in our studios have sold in excess of 1 billion copies. So I had a wonderful time. I'm still involved with Ocean Way Nashville, and I'm still in the studio regularly. The first thing we're going to start with is talking about recording acoustic guitar and different configurations for that. At the moment, I've got two of the later style 414 AKG microphones here, and this is a configuration that I generally use when I'm recording stereo acoustic guitar. If you're recording this in a home, I would put up a mic stand here and a mic stand over here, and I'd put a folded moving blanket on both sides to get rid of any side reflections that I might be getting in the room, which gives me a more direct and a more solid sound. I'd record it in stereo. Say that I had a acoustic guitar solo. I much prefer the sound of two mics in stereo than a single microphone. I do the stereo up and down, not left-right. And the reason I do that is because the sound of the instrument is very different as you go up and down the instrument. So what I really want to do is get a consistent sound in regards to the attack of the strings, the resonance, and if I was to put one mic here and one mic here, they're totally different sounds. So stereo, it doesn't always have to be left-right. It can be up and down. It makes no difference. And so this is pretty much where I would be when I'm recording this. The other thing that's important to note is not to be too close, because if I put these mics right here, I would be getting a lot of proximity effect and sort of this mid-bass rise that's typically in the 150 to 200 hertz range that I really don't want. So you want to find a spot where you're far enough away that you get the body of the instrument, but you're basically, how can I say, it's the most natural sound. A lot of time if I'm listening to a player and my head is right here, I can find a sweet spot where I think this is the spot where I get the perfect balance. At one portion of the song, there's going to be a stereo acoustic guitar solo. So in that case, this is the configuration. But maybe later in the song or during a chorus, I'm going to have a split rhythm part, an acoustic rhythm part. And a lot of times I would just do a mono track left and right, because if I record it in stereo twice and I lay them on top of each other left, right, it takes up too much space in the audio spectrum. My good friend Bruce Woodine, who recorded both Michael Jackson stuff, a lot of times if he wanted positioning in regards to panning, what he would do is, if you have a pair of microphones and they're matched, say that they're lined up as a stereo pair, what Bruce would do is he would have the player favor the left microphone. On the second pass, he would move the player over to here and favor the right microphone. So it's a stereo pickup, but you have the strongest part of the signal hard left and the strongest part of the signal hard right. So if you're going to do it stereo in both passes, that's a better way to approach it. When you're actually playing it back on the monitor system, it still sounds like you have solid presence left and right, but you get the space of stereo for both sides. And the other thing to think about is, even if you record them in stereo and you end up not using the second track in your stereo mix, if you do an Atmos mix, we're always looking for ways to fill space in a nice way. You could actually take the left guitar, have it come from left front and then side left, and have the right one come from right front, side right. And now you've got two beautiful stereo guitar recordings playing in this Atmos mix. Another typical, I would oftentimes use a pair of 414s as a stereo pair on an acoustic piano. I think it works great on acoustic guitar. Percussion, stereo percussion mic, be fine. Overhead drums, no problem there. A nice sounding mic for overhead drums. The overhead pair, some people call them, cymbal mics. I call them overall drum kit mics, because having wideband, high-quality overheads that aren't too far apart, that have the right positioning, when you bring those up, it not only makes the cymbals better, but it makes the whole set sound bigger. Hey, I'm so glad you had a chance to see this. Hopefully it's provided some value to you. My company is Ocean Way Audio, and you can find it at oceanwayaudio.com.